This video is brought to you by AmeriUSA.com, where you can screen tenants 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this episode, we will be discussing Iowa landlord tenant laws. The following is a summary of landlord tenant laws in the state of Iowa as they apply to residential rental property. Topics include disclosures, withholding rent, the right to enter, security deposits, eviction, increasing rent, and more. Required disclosures. Owner or agent information. A landlord must disclose to the tenant in writing, at or before the commencement of the tenancy, the name and address of the entity authorized to manage the premises and the owner or a person authorized to act on behalf of the owner for the purpose of service of process and for receiving notices and demands. Utilities. For shared utilities, a landlord must fully explain utility rates, charges, and services to the prospective tenant before the rental agreement is signed. Contamination. The landlord or a person authorized to enter into a rental agreement on behalf of the landlord must disclose to each tenant in writing before the commencement of the tenancy whether the property is listed in the Comprehensive Environmental Response Compensation and Liability Information System that is maintained by the Federal Environmental Protection Agency. Security deposit limit. A landlord may charge the equivalent of 2 months' rent for the security deposit. Deadline for returning a security deposit. The security deposit must be returned within 30 days after the tenant has moved out and returned the keys. If the security deposit is kept in an interest-bearing account, interest must be paid to the tenant, but only if the tenancy lasted for more than 5 years. Late fees. If rent is $700 per month or less, a late fee can be assessed not to exceed $12 per day up to a maximum amount of $60 per month. If rent is more than $700 per month, late fees cannot exceed $20 per day up to a maximum amount of $100 per month. Increasing rent. A 30-day advance written notice is required from a landlord in order to increase rent or change the terms of a month-to-month tenancy. Rental agreements of a longer duration must provide for rent increases. Otherwise, no changes can take effect without the tenant's permission. Withholding rent. If a landlord fails to supply running water, hot water, heat, or essential services, the tenant may give written notice to the landlord specifying the breach and may do one of 3 things. Procure reasonable amounts of such services during the period of non-compliance and deduct their actual reasonable cost from the rent, or recover damages based upon the reduction in the fair rental value of the unit, or recover a prorated portion of the rent already paid for the period. Terminating tenancy and eviction. A 3-day unconditional quit notice may be used when a tenant is creating a clear and present danger to the health or safety of the landlord, tenants, or neighbors within 1,000 feet of the property boundaries. A 7-day unconditional quit notice may be used if the tenant repeats the same lease violation within 6 months that affects health or safety. A 7-day conditional notice to cure or quit, which allows the tenant an opportunity to fix the problem before having an eviction case filed, must be used for all other lease violations. The right to enter. Tenants must be given a 24-hour advance notice before a landlord enters the property. For more information, additional laws and articles can be found at AmericanLandlord.com.